we have an additional component to the service today in that we have some very exciting news that we need to announce to you concerning future worship at Pecan Baptist Church. And so you have some indication on the screen behind me as to what some of these are going to be. The first opportunity is going to be on May the 2nd, which is a Saturday coming up, just a week away, in fact. At 10 a.m. on May the 2nd, we will continue to do the filming that you, just like you're watching right now. But at the same time, we're going to offer an opportunity for in-house worship to a select group of people. If you are a person that has an underlying health condition that would cause you to be concerned about being in a larger group, if you want to come on May the 2nd, Saturday, at 10 o'clock, while the filming is going on, you will have an opportunity to worship in the building with other people who fall into that category. Now, I know that a high percentage of our membership in the church is in an age that they are already considered high risk, but we're really looking here for folks that have some underlying health conditions that add to that problem. And that would be on May 2nd at 10 o'clock. You would need to plan to stay in the auditorium because for the full service, because filming will be going on during that time. But the next opportunity will be the first Sunday that we will be able to reassemble as a full church membership, and that'll be on May the 3rd at 10 o'clock right here at Pecan Baptist Church. And we're looking forward to the opportunity to see all of the folks that have been members here or regular attenders here for a good long while, and hopefully some of you that have only participated with us through the video portion of this will find it convenient to come on May the 3rd and join us in live worship here at Pecan Baptist Church, which is located at 7178 Fall Creek Highway in Granbury, Texas. We will be continuing the online availability of the worship service, just as you have seen for the last 4 or 5 weeks. And it'll be an opportunity for you that for whatever reason, maybe your health conditions won't permit you to come at all, and you'll still be able to see the service online. Also, it'll be a good opportunity for you to view it prior to coming on May the 3rd, if you want to watch it on Saturday evening or early Sunday morning, and you'll have a chance to see whether or not the pastor can really repeat the message or not on Sunday morning, because the service on Sunday is supposed to be an instant replay of what is viewed here on Saturday, May the 2nd. Now, unfortunately, we are not going to continue Sunday school at this time. Sunday school will be delayed as far as reintroducing it until a date to yet be determined. So no Sunday school until further notice. Now, there are going to be some changes that you will notice almost immediately upon coming into the auditorium, because in order to comply with some state guidelines and also just for general safety reasons, the seating arrangement in the auditorium will be somewhat scattered so that we can maintain social distancing. And when you come in, the chairs will be separated at an appropriate space. Now, if you are a family group that live under the same rooftop and you want to pull your chairs together and sit as a family, that'll be fine. Husbands and wives can bring chairs together for the same purpose if they want to do that. Now, one of the advantages that I see to this particular arrangement, if you group of about 5 or 6 chairs together for your family, we'd like for you to come back to that same grouping the next week so that we don't have to continue to move the furniture around. But it'll also enable us to tell who's here and who's not here too. So but that will be a change that you'll see immediately. In addition to scattered seating, we'll need to have everyone wear a mask during the service. So you need to secure you a mask and bring it with you on Sunday morning, or for that matter on the Saturday morning if you decide to come to that service. Another thing that you will notice is that you will be able to enter and exit the church essentially without having to touch anything, because we will have the doorways opened and secured in a way that you can come right up the front sidewalk, through the front entry and into the auditorium without having to handle any doorways. For those of you that have been used to having coffee and cookies on Sunday morning, that service will be discontinued. We will not have that available to you, and I think you can understand that for obvious reasons. We will also not be passing the offering plate at any point during the service. We are planning to have offering boxes available mounted on the wall at the back of the auditorium near the exit, so that when you exit the church, or for that matter when you enter the church, if you want to drop your offerings off in that box. And we are planning to have a third box out near the main entrance to the church that you could drop your offering in there. Next week will be the last week that we will be using the First National Bank drop box for your offerings, and we really do want to express our appreciation to the bank for allowing us to take advantage of that. It's been a real convenience for a good many of our members. When church is over on May the 3rd, well, for that matter on May the 2nd as well, there's some things that we need to observe as far as dismissal is concerned. Especially on May the 3rd, we will dismiss the church by sections so that we can maintain social distancing as people exit the church. And you'll not have to handle doorways or anything of that nature. You'll be able to get out of the main auditorium and out to the parking lot without having to touch any of the doorways. And we do ask that you exit rather than fellowshipping in the foyer or anything, because the next section will be dismissed right after yours, and they have to have the same opportunity to leave the building. Our nursery will not be open for a general nursery purpose. If a parent has a child that they need to avail of themselves of the nursery or the nursery's restroom, it will be open, but it will not be staffed. So we're going to be meeting in the auditorium for pretty much everything that we do, but the nursery will be open if you have a parent and child need. Now, some additional information that might be of benefit, especially to regular church members here. Our April church conference is going to be postponed until some date in the future. The Lord's Supper that we had on the calendar for the month of April will also be postponed until further notice. If you are a person who serves on our greeter teams or our security teams, the leadership for those two groups will be contacting you about getting back on a schedule for that purpose, since we will be resuming the need for both greeting as well as providing security. Now, I had mentioned that we will not continue to use the drop box at First National Bank for offerings because we are going to be reopening the church office on Monday, May the 4th. And so if you are unable to attend a service and you want to drop an offering off, you would be able to do that on Mondays through Thursdays starting May the 4th, and the office will be open from 9 o'clock until 3 p.m., and there will be church staff here to assist you at that time. If everything goes according to plan, there may be some parking difficulties on the north side of the building because if the weather remains good, the plan is for the construction on the portico that we've had under plans for months now to be started. So if there's equipment and things parked over there, you may notice that there's a few less parking spaces on the north side of the building. Now, having said that, we want to remind you that we're going to resume worship on May the 3rd at 10 o'clock, and we hope that everybody that's listening at this time will find one of those opportunities of worship next week to be convenient for you to come to Pecan Baptist Church. Thank you and have a good weekend.